Well, Finnish is the language of one of the official languages of Finland. We have actually two official languages, Finnish and Swedish, and there are about 5.3 million inhabitants in Finland, and I would say 91% of them have Finnish as their mother tongue, whereas about 9% have either Swedish or some other language as their first language. But of course, outside of Finland, there are also speakers of Finnish, because Finland used to be a country of emigration. So about 1 million Finns actually have moved away from Finland, for example, to the United States and also to Sweden, our neighboring country. We are officially bilingual, and that means that both Finnish and Swedish have the same legal status. So this is very unexceptional that to have that kind of legislation, and that has to do with the fact that Finland is a very young country and Swedish used to be our official language earlier. So only in the 19th century Finland got this position as an official language. It was in 1863. So this is a very recent situation, and when Finland became independent in 1917, we had to settle the situation with the languages somehow, and to get linguistic harmony and harmony in our society in other ways as well, we decided to give equal rights to both languages. And in addition, actually, we also have Sami, which has official status in the Sami homeland in northern Finland. So it means, what does this status mean? Everybody, all Finnish and Swedish speakers, they have the right to use their own language when they are dealing with state officials, like when they go to courts or any other place like that. But then it depends on the municipality whether they can use their own language with the municipal officials or not. So we have 4 categories of municipalities. We have unilingually Finnish municipalities, like my city, Tampere, is one of them. So if I were a Swedish speaker in Tampere, I wouldn't be able to use Swedish, even if Finland is bilingual, but in the municipality level, it's not possible. Then again, if there is a Finnish speaker who lives in a unilingual Swedish municipality, he or she cannot use Finnish in the same way. But most Finnish speakers actually, they live in unilingually Finnish or bilingual municipalities, and the most of the municipalities are bilingual actually. So like the main capital region, Helsinki area, all those municipalities are bilingual and they can use both languages. So Finnish has a very, very secure and stable position in Finland. I wouldn't be worried about that, but I would be a little bit worried about the status of Swedish, because it's not as strong if you, as a Swedish speaker, live in a Finnish municipality. But then again, there is a threat that has come to Finland and many other countries, and that is the dominance of English, especially in young people's lives. And it has already been seen that they have become very fluent users of English, and that is not due to school education, but they use English in the very multilingual internet, and they listen to English music all the time, and the media is all more and more English. So they have become very bilingual Finnish and English speakers, and there is a tendency to go even over to English when they write. You know, they write some texts only in English, and their mother tongue is Finnish, so there's a threat coming across the border from English. But inside the Finnish community, Finland otherwise has a very stable position. They haven't taken any special measures yet, but there are many linguists in Finland who have been pointing out this threat, and there have been groups of people coordinating language policy programs and trying to write down about these problems, and we are hoping to get an official language policy that would really point out the value of the languages in the society. There are many people who think that the government even should take some measures in order to prevent this very high dominance of English and to make people aware of the value of the mother tongue and to do that kind of actions in their daily lives. Yes, that's an interesting question, since we are bilingual. So it means that if an immigrant moves to a municipality where Swedish is the majority language, he or she will learn Swedish as the language of the country. But most of the immigrants, they choose to study Finnish if they live in bilingual municipalities. But they have this option. So we have immigrants who learn Finnish and immigrants who learn Swedish. And as to their mother tongues, they bring a lot of languages into the country when they move in. We have about 150 languages currently in Finland. And even in schools, they are teaching 50 of these languages for children. It's not obligatory, so it's up to the parents and children to choose. And it's only 2 hours a week, but we think it's very important that we pay attention to this linguistic resource that these children are bringing into Finland. And that is the current policy, and we are hoping, or actually I personally, I'm hoping that this will be the case in the future as well, that we don't try to assimilate them linguistically so that we would try to make them get rid of their languages. Very often people think that it's a very, very difficult language. There's this myth about the difficulty. And there are still many Finns also who think that it's so difficult that only Finns can speak it. But of course it's not true. And you can just imagine that if a person learning English, a Finn learning English, learns English well, as the young people are doing in Finland currently, it's equally possible for English speakers to learn Finnish, because the distance is the same, right? From Helsinki to London, from London to Helsinki. So it's really a myth, but it's of course a question of exposure. So like when we talk about English, English is everywhere, and the children are learning it not at school but everywhere in society currently. So if Finnish were a word language, it could be shown that it's equally easy to learn it.